Hello there. Ain't this nice? We're back. Some more Alpha Nerds.
You could say we're black.
Back in black. Maybe. None of us are wearing black, but, it is what it is.
Black from the waist down.
Love it. So, this show is, bear with us, we are trying out a new format, seeing if we can streamline the show a little bit, testing out some new technology. Yes, we are still at the bar, because, two selfish people we know decided to get married, and our table's full of things and items. We're not going to name those two people, but we love them very much. Very, 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 very much. How you been, buddy?
I've been okay, Pedro.
Outstanding.
Haven't been great. I've been okay.
Haven't been great.
Yeah, I'm having trouble getting sucked into a game.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. You're reaching for straws. Reach for straws.
I'm pulling in desperation, baby.
Last time I walked in here, you were playing Zone of the Enders on PS3.
Yes.
I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
Struggle City.
Because the minute I seen you doing that, I'm like, wow, he's fucking bored.
Yeah, I'm struggling.
So,
well, because I bought Zone of the Enders on PS4, but it's the second runner. And when I bought Zone of the Enders on PS4, I assumed, I guess foolishly, that it would have both of them on them. But why would it do that? Why would they do that?
Because fun fact, no one actually likes the first Zone of the Enders, and if you do, you're lying.
But I feel like you need to play it.
No, you don't. You actually don't. You can legitimately just play second runner and be fine.
Well, because the thing is that like in the beginning of second runner, there's like a recap anime scene.
That's all you need.
It doesn't help you at all. I watched the whole thing and I was like, this made no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, and nothing significant happens in the first Zone of the Enders. Literally nothing. Maybe you still have Jehuti. That's about it. I think the pilot's even different. So there's that.
Maybe I'll give that a shot.
Yeah, everyone says the second runner is the one to play. First one, piece of shit.
Interesting.
So, we'll get right into it. I am Pedro Dark Temptation, Carrasquillo, and to my right, we have Seth White Chocolate Slackhouse.
Howdy there, partner.
Howdy there, partner.
There's a snake in my boot.
Or in your pants.
In my pants. Definitely a snake in my pants.
So, we're going to get right into the nitty-gritty. What you got over there? What you been playing, my friend?
So, like I said, I'm playing...
Is that Batman, I say? Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's on the Enders.
Like I said, I've been playing each of these just briefly. Can't get sucked in very, very much. But I started a New Game Plus on The Witcher 3. You were here to witness that.
Yes.
Quite a process getting that Witcher 3 game booted back up. So, basically I had to re-download everything, all the patches, all the DLC, all the free DLC. So that took a good minute, but I started it, and I'm having a good time. It's nice to jump back in.
Having a good time. See, yeah. I appreciate that slipcover.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's the OG slipcover.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
Big fan of that.
Keeps my...
I think I might still have my slipcover running around. When I traded mine in, I think I kept the slipcover.
Yep, you have to.
And the soundtrack and everything like that.
I just traded in the disc because I'm that guy. when I
You're
got
an
rid
evil
of it
man.
The first time, yeah. I was hurting for cash one time. I got rid of it. But all is well in the world again.
All is well in the world, and Seth now owns The Witcher again.
Yeah. No, so yeah, I'm jumping back in after, 250 hours 3 years ago, wherever it came out. So it's good. It's one of my favorite games of all time, Pedro.
Very good. I can't wait to jump into that. I just bought that today.
Yep.
Again. I can't wait to jump in that.
Every step of the way. I'm be following you around like a hawk.
Outstanding.
And
that is a beautiful cover art, by the way.
Isn't it? That's what really got me. I was like, damn, that's pretty. It's the Zone of the Enders second runner on PS4.
Yeah.
It's a holographic cover art.
It was only $30, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to add that to my collection.
But it comes with a little patch.
Yeah, they say the second runner is really like the creme de la creme.
Reversible cover art.
Love that.
That's real nice.
I need to add that. That needs to be in Daddy's collection.
I can't see that, but it's like, yeah.
Need that in Daddy's collection.
Yeah, fun fact, I never use reversible cover art because I think it fucks with the look of your collection, but I like having it.
I usually use it depending on what the game is. Like all my Metal Gear games have the reverse cover art.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna do that with second runner. Liking that secondary cover art there.
But here's the patch.
Is that like a sticker?
No, it's a patch.
Oh, like you can iron on something?
It's a legit patch, yeah.
Oh, wow. A little weird.
Yeah, it is a little weird. But here's the thing I don't understand about game pre-orders is that they'll give you, stickers and patches and whatnot. Who fucking uses that?
Nerds.
Like losers, right? Like fucking virgins.
Yeah,
Stop putting stickers on your stuff. You're a grown up.
Yeah, grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Hello, beautiful.
Playing a little bit of Spider-Man, which I'm assuming we'll talk about here a little bit.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna get into Spider-Man.
Okay. Going platinum still. Just every once in a while, jumping in 20 minutes or so, grabbing a couple trophies.
I'm at 70%.
Oh, are you going for the platinum?
No, but for some reason I'm at 70%.
Oh, you probably just did a whole lot of open world.
Well,
stuff.
I got all the backpacks. That was literally the first thing.
The
first thing I did.
There's 50 backpacks or so.
Yeah, it was infuriating. I'm like, He is a. You know what?
Toss him, Pedro.
Chrono, get the hell up.
There you go. Yeah, Chrono's a little bit bastard. I got Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reload on PS4. I jumped into Danganronpa 2 a little bit.
How you liking it?
I like it. Jumped right out though. Jumped in, jumped right out. I don't know.
Jumped out.
Just wasn't. I was enjoying it, and then I think something else came. I went to play The Witcher. I think is what happened.
Yeah, I think you jumped. I think you got that, and then you never. I didn't think you tried it.
Yeah, I did try it though. Yeah, because I sent you that message. I was like, I think this is my theory, and I'm pretty sold on that theory because I think they could give you a lot of hints as to that theory.
What?
The one that said, well, I think this all takes place in a computer
Oh
simulation.
yeah, yes.
I'm not asking you to confirm or deny that. I just wanted to let you know that was my theory for when I do end up going and beating this.
It's an interesting theory.
Yeah. I think my thought behind that is that this actually takes place before the first game.
Yep.
And it's a computer simulation.
Yep.
To try out if the thing in the first game would work. So
Okay, interesting.
that's my theory.
Interesting theory, sir. I like it.
It would also explain why the dude's there and fat.
Oh.
I don't remember his name, but
Byakuya.
yeah.
You haven't gotten very far into that at all, then.
No.
Okay.
So
Wait.
Well, you just spoiled me that he dies, Pedro.
No.
And then we got this beautiful bastard here, Soul Calibur 6.
Hello, beautiful.
Creme de la creme.
Now, quick question: is my boy Maxie in it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that Geralt on the cover?
Yeah, it is. He's the
Holy fuck!
He's the guest character this time.
How the? Isn't that like a slight to the rest of the character roster where the guest characters on the front and center?
Yeah, I know. Is that amazing?
Drive sales. Is that who you
plays?
use?
Oh yeah, he plays real nice. I love it. He's got this really. So Geralt, you may remember from your brief time with The Witcher, has a bunch of spells. He has like 6 spells he uses. One of his spells is Yrden, and it's basically a trap spell. Okay, it makes his magic circle around.
Which
him,
I'm assuming he has in that.
slows enemies down or whatnot. He has it in this, but it appears to be pretty much useless. And I'll cast it by accident or whatever, right? And he just slams his hand on the ground like he does in the game, and a symbol pops up, but it appears to have no effect. And then the one time it did have an effect, it just raised him in the air and dropped him for like 1 second. I'm like, this kind of sucks. But the thing is that I think what it is a counter, and I don't like that.
That probably makes sense.
Yeah, I don't like that. It should be a trap. Because I was casting it and waiting for people to walk over it, and they weren't getting anything. And I'm not a fan of that.
I have this love-hate relationship with Soul Calibur, what they do with guest characters, because sometimes like I feel like they use the guest character to push sales. Like I get it, but sometimes it just seems a little disingenuous to me. Like I remember Soul Calibur 2, I believe it was, where we had Spawn,
Link, and
Heihachi.
Yeah.
Which I was like, don't know how I feel about that.
I thought it was cool because you got a different
Spawn
guest.
was awesome.
You got a different guest character for which version of the game.
Right.
You got. Link was awesome.
Everyone loved the Link.
Yeah, he was great. It's a shame that we never got Link again, but Nintendo kind of dropped the ball after that.
Has Nintendo gotten a Soul Calibur since?
Nope. I don't believe so there, Pedro. Soul Calibur 3 was a PS2 exclusive. Or, I'm sorry, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a PS2 exclusive. And then 4 was PS3 and Xbox 360. The PS3 version had Darth Vader, and the Xbox 360 version had Yoda. And then 5 didn't have exclusive characters, depending on the version. It just had Ezio.
Ezio.
Yeah, no one likes 5.
Yeah. Because I feel like Soul Calibur really kind of died off. Like, it just went off the map there for a minute.
Right after 3, I'd say.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur 3 came out, and then 4 came out, and everyone was like, Star Wars?
And we're out.
Yeah, we're out.
Because I remember Soul Calibur with the Weapon Master mode was, like, incredible.
Yeah.
Like, on Soul Calibur 2.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those times, like, I still have Soul Calibur 2. Sometimes I fire it up and continue my save.
And Soul Calibur 6 has a very robust single-player campaign.
Outstanding.
Which is, I think, a response to everyone saying that Soul Calibur 5 did not have any offerings in the single-player area.
Yeah, because Soul Calibur 5 came out, like, what? 2011? 2012? 2013?
I want to say 2011.
Yeah.
Because I have the GameStop poster for it, so it had to come out in 2011.
Forever.
Yeah.
So.
I have the collector's edition of that game. Got it for $5.
Nice. It's good to see Soul Calibur back.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm excited to try it out at some
Speaking
point.
of which, did you know that the metal case for the collector's edition Soul Calibur 6 talks?
No.
You press a button on it, it goes like, for the story of souls and swords. And
Love
stuff
it.
like that. Yeah, it's pretty neat. A little stupid, but...
And the other thing is, like, all those games still hold up graphically. Like, even like, I have a Soul Calibur for the Dreamcast, still looks good.
Oh, yeah.
It's impressive.
I just love them, dude. I love the 3D fighting mechanics and how fast you can move around.
And the swords.
Yeah.
Shout out to Maxie. If you're a Keyless user, you're dead to me. Dead to me.
That's gonna be Watson. Watson's gonna be a
Dead
Keelik
to me.
user.
Using that Keelik. Negative on that. So what I got here is I like a savage ran through Danganronpa 3, just like a fucking savage.
What'd you think?
Aside from 2, this is probably my favorite one. There's a lot of...
Wait, do you like 2 more than 1?
No, I liked the first one. I meant the first Danganronpa. I didn't like Danganronpa 2. It was good, but to me, like I feel like 2 is probably the weakest entry.
Mm-hmm.
Where this one is very strong. There's a lot of fun plot twists, a lot of honey dicking, and I like that. Look at that. It's got the reversible cover art that I haven't used.
Oh yeah.
And I love kind of the themes they explore in this. It's very because it kind of you don't see it coming. I will say the soundtrack is fantastic. It's probably my favorite part of it. The stuff they tried in the new trial where you can straight up lie in some of the arguments to take a different route in the trial.
Oh, that's pretty
It's called
neat.
perjury. I love that. Hangman's Gambit still fucking sucks. I fucking hate that minigame. I hate it.
I don't remember which one that is.
It's where you gotta like break the you gotta break the blocks and shit like that. I think it's called Hangman's Gambit.
I don't remember that.
It's really annoying. They added this other one called Psychic Taxi, which is kind of cool. It's like playing Crazy Taxi a little bit. Yeah, it's like interesting. But I do like it. All the characters are very good. Overall, just a great game. I really like. The only other thing is like Monokuma's voice actor. Because I was texting you about this. I thought that they changed his voice actor. Fun fact, they didn't. He just sounds different. But like they spliced in some of his sound bits from the older games. So like some of the lines he usually says sounds like it's from 1 and 2, but then like there's new lines just sound really weird. It's very jarring.
It's almost like they changed a mic or something.
Yeah, something. Because like if you ever get to it, you'll notice it right away. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, that's interesting. Now, can you tell me, does it take place before or after 1?
After 1.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Yes. And you have to play the first 2 Danganronpas. Otherwise, you're gonna get this one. This one's gonna obviously spoil the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
But I can't wait. If you ever get to this, I can't wait to see what your reaction is because I think
so. It is a sequel then.
Yes.
Because people were saying that it's not an actual sequel to Danganronpa 1 and 2, and that the anime was the actual sequel to Danganronpa 1 and 2. But that is a sequel.
Yeah. No, it's a sequel because they mention it's a sequel. I can't say it without like fucking spoiling it.
Okay, so don't say it then.
I'll say it's a sequel.
Okay.
And you'll know what I mean. But I definitely recommend that.
You know that character from the first game. I think her name is Kyoto.
The Shirogami.
Yeah.
The detective.
Yeah, the detective. I got her figure after the statue I got after I played the first Danganronpa, and that statue is now worth $400.
Yeah, you were telling me. That's good. Then the next game I fucking played was 2064 Read Only Memories. And I have a love-hate relationship with this game. That was the PAX exclusive cover I got.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big fan of visual novels and adventure and point and click. If you look at it, you've never played Snatcher, but like it's very inspired by Snatcher and Rise of the Dragon. These cyberpunk adventure games that were like on Sega CD and computers back in the 90s. And the soundtrack's really good, but what I don't like is imagine if I needed to tell you people are going to love who they love and to beat you over the head with it over and over again.
Well, I just said it takes place in Neo San Francisco,
Yes.
so that makes sense now.
Yeah.
So.
And it's one of those things where, like, listen, and we here on Alpha Nerds are going to take a stance here. We get it.
Putting our flag in the ground.
People are going to love who they love. People have been, gay and all this other stuff, transgender for forever now. Okay, we get it.
I'm over it, kind of.
We get it. But I don't need you, Read Only Memories, in my game to sit there and give me shit where I need to address someone as they and then make a point of it and beat me over the head that everyone is gay. Like, okay. Because some of the story parts I fucking love.
Yeah.
And so some of the plot twists, the murder mystery is great. It's just this other shit where there were more. They made it a point to make it like everyone's gay, no one's straight. Like, okay, whatever, okay. But like it's one of those things like they beat you over the head with it, and it's really like jarring.
Yeah.
I don't get why they did that. And I get it. It's in the vision of the artist and the team. Like, all right, okay, but maybe pump the brakes on that. They'll need all that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it would piss me off too. I'd probably stop playing it, honestly. If it just pissed me off, I'd be like, all right, fuck this, I'm done. Like, whatever.
Like, yeah.
But it seems like it could have been a cool game.
Yeah, it was like overall it was cool. I just don't like that social commentary stuff. And I get it. Again, I get it. We get it.
Yeah.
We fucking get it. Alpha nerds, we get it. But easy.
Not very
easy.
Cash money of you, 2064.
No. So this one's a hard sell for me. I wouldn't recommend it to you because I don't think you'd like it.
No, I mean, well, first off, I don't know how I'd feel about a point-and-click adventure, but
yeah. So, yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm kind of just over it. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm kind of over it. You can fuck whoever you want to fuck. I don't care.
Just, we get it. Hey, we get it.
I'm over it.
And then the other game, which we don't have right here, me and Watson played A Way Out.
Oh, you should have told me to grab it. I would have grabbed it for you.
And god damn it, were we in for a surprise.
Oh yeah. What a fun game.
That was a great game. I honestly, when I was playing, I'm like, this game's gonna be like I thought the game was gonna be like Kane and Lynch stupid.
Yeah.
Or like Army of Two stupid.
No.
And surprised, very surprised. I was blown away by that.
That ending took a real twist there, didn't it?
That it did.
And well, you can't even say it because it would spoil the game.
That's all we're gonna say. Just yeah. I wish I could spoil it.
I know.
We're gonna start spoiling things on the show soon.
But it was so funny watching you and him play together because like you guys just could not coordinate.
It's almost like someone's communication skills.
Yeah, someone's communication skills are terrible.
But it was funny because we would try to coordinate.
Yeah. And
then like there would be times where Watson would get us killed. I literally never got us killed. Just saying that. When Stage is in a prison break, you come to me.
Yeah. So basically, if people don't know, Way Out is a co-op prison break game, and you have to work with some other person. You guys both have to do individual tasks. It's really set up in a really cool way. The thing I love most about that game is the cinematic nature of it. Where the screen will split and then it'll come back together when you guys are close and whatnot.
Now I wonder if the experience would be more immersive if you do it like online. I don't know if the screen still would split, like if you'd see their screen. Or if you guys would have your individual screen. Like, imagine not knowing what the other person is doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be less fun.
You think?
Yeah, I think it's more fun doing couch co-op.
I really liked it, couch co-op.
Yeah.
Because the banter back and forth.
Yeah.
When a certain event occurs.
When you guys were driving I think he was driving a motorcycle and you were driving a car or something like that.
Yeah.
Or you guys were both driving motorcycles. And they were, dude, that was so funny because Watson just could not get his shit together. And they just kept killing you guys over and over again. He was like trying to drive up walls and shit. And he was going, tracking.
Yes. And the amount of patronization towards Watson. Like, struggling there, buddy.
Amazing. Yeah.
No, it was a good time, though. So if you are bored, say, on a Saturday night and not recording a podcast, you should go play A Way Out with your friends.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
It's only $30.
Yeah, no, it's a good $30. That's good bang for your buck. And there's something to be said for the good $30 game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because like right now in the $30 bin, we have Yakuza, Kiwami, the first one, great value.
Oh yeah.
I would say second runner for $30, right in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
And A Way Out.
A Way Out, yep.
Yeah.
I gotta go back and beat Kiwami too.
Yeah. What the fuck? What's with that?
I was having a blast with it, and then Spider-Man came out.
And then. See, you and I both went opposite ways, because I got Spider-Man when it came out as well.
Yeah.
Went back to Yakuza, too.
Yeah.
Like, listen, hands need traded.
Yeah.
There can only be one dragon.
You got unfinished business.
And,
I was getting pumped up. I was loving that game. I forgot all about it.
Basically, when doing that fight, it was like just having like a massive erection the whole time. It was great.
Dude, the first time he had that fight, I was having a massive erection. Yeah, oh yeah. I recorded the finishing move and put it on Facebook. I was like, yeah.
And there's something about the Yakuza games just gets the blood pumping. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, there's just something about two guys just standing in front of each other, just deciding to fuck each other up, man. There's nothing quite like it.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before, where they know there's a certain level of disbelief you need to have when playing a Yakuza game. When going into it, it's absurd. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
But it's a good ridiculous. Like, I love the fact that
the best kind.
People glow red and blue. No one says anything about it.
Yeah. No.
Like, what's this? Rage and all? No.
It's natural in that world.
And I love it. And it's... But some of the plot twists are really good. You're like, oh, you son of a bitch.
Dude, my favorite thing about Kiwami 2 is that fucking mini game where you have to go in and like
Oh,
take
God.
photos of the girls
And not get distracted.
You take photos of the girls and like you select the right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was playing that and I was cracking up so fucking
Because you were trying
hard.
not to fuck up.
Well, just because I was like, oh, this is the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen. Because like you build like affection with the girls and they take more clothes off and whatnot.
Yeah.
But they're not
Nude. There's not nothing. I don't think they even.
But they're not
It's not
computer.
porn
They're
or
not
anything.
computer generated.
No,
girls.
it's like FMV.
Yeah, it's like the most ridiculous thing ever. I was like, you know what? This is right at home in a Yakuza game. I'm okay with it.
Well, and see, my first thought with that, I'm like, who took the time to record this?
Yeah, I know, right? They're like, this is a great idea.
Let's put it in there. See, the thing I spent most time with, I think, in Yakuza 2 was playing Virtual On.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
I played like a lot of Virtual
Dude, fuck
On.
that game.
Did you see the video I played doing? It was.
Yeah.
You see how much work I put in?
Oh yeah. I hate the fact that I couldn't control the camera. Hated that.
Yeah. And I don't know. See, it makes me want to like actually get the. I don't know if that's a Saturn game or a Dreamcast game.
It's a Dreamcast game. I used to have it.
It just makes me want to go get it.
But you know when
I
I
own
had it when I had it before too, and I played it on Dreamcast.
Hated it.
Same thing. Fuck that game.
So let it be known now, Seth Likehouse, not a Virtual On fan.
Nope. Not even a little bit. And I love robot fighting.
That's why I figured you'd be
Yep.
right up your alley.
Nope. Not.
And lastly, just beat this puppy. Beat Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
And see, I was struggling with this one
Yeah.
because I was struggling to get into it. I guess I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan in the world.
Well, you should be.
Well, sometimes I struggle to get into his villains.
Yeah.
Like so. Can we spoil it yet? No. Can we spoil Spider-Man? Can we like have a nice Spider-Man discussion on Alpha Nerds? Are you okay with that?
What's our time? How much time we have left?
We are approaching 7 minutes, like on the back end from our little intermission.
So we have 7 minutes before we have to take a break.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna spoil Spider-Man. This is your warning right now to turn off Spider-Man, to turn off the podcast or skip ahead.
Yes.
All right, good. Tell me what you want to tell me.
Okay. So, based off all the trailers and everything in Spider-Man, you know, they reveal the Kingpin, they reveal Mr. Negative. You're like, all right. But then, obviously, when you meet Doc Ock, you already know where that goes.
Yeah.
We are all well aware of.
I'll tell you what though, I was not expecting him to show up in this game. I expected him to be in the sequel.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, you give me Doc Ock, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
And they did. I thought they did a good job of building that relationship, and like, you know, it meant something when you first encountered Doc Ock.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
And he's like Parker. And Peter's
yeah,
like,
like,
you knew?
you knew.
And he did the rage. He was just like, you fucking knew, you bastard.
Right.
That was such a heartfelt battle, dude. I was like, oh.
And I like that. And then, you know, they set up certain things, but we're like, you know, with that, am I correct? Is that the Sinister Six?
Yes.
Like the actual Sinister Six?
Well, see, the Sinister Six doesn't have like an actual like members list. Like they've gone through very major iterations. Pretty much every time they fight Spider-Man, something changes in them. But you're basically looking at like your classics like Scorpion, Electro, Rhino, Doc Ock. Sometimes the Green Goblin, sometimes the Chameleon, sometimes the Lizard. It just depends.
Okay. Because I actually enjoyed the fights with the Sinister Six.
Oh, they were great.
Because at first, when I was fighting the Vulture and Electro, I was kind of like, this is kind of like. At first, I was going, I'm like,
Yeah.
don't like getting double teamed. Not a fan of that.
But that was a great battle. Though.
Yeah. And basically, what I did was I killed Vulture first.
Yeah.
Because for some reason he's really easy to kill. But I appreciate the relationship he has with Vulture. Where like, where he's like, how many times do we have to fucking do this?
It's like, come on, man.
and I love they both acknowledge. They're like, all right, we've been around the block a couple times, and I love that.
I love that this is an adult Spider-Man. I love
Yeah.
that he's not. It's like because like so many times have we seen Spider-Man stories just go in the first. Oh, this is Spider-Man just getting his powers. This is Spider-Man in his first year, like in Homecoming. But this is like a Spider-Man who's he's been around the block a couple times.
Well, and I love the relationship he has with the Sinister Six, where they're like they don't hate him.
Yeah.
Like
They're just like, God, this fucking guy.
Right, where like his relationship with Electro I really liked, where he makes the Rocky joke.
Oh yeah.
And then Electro goes, I must break. He's like, you got it.
Yes, Spider-Man, the jokes are top notch. I actually it took me a while to beat that fucking Lizard and Rhino fight.
Oh really? I just had them run into each other all the time.
I didn't they never did that for me.
Well, basically what you can do is if you pound on Scorpion, like if you web him up and he falls off the those shipping containers. You hit him, then your spider sense will go off. And if you dodge, Rhino just runs right into Scorpion.
Oh, okay. See, I took down Rhino first.
Yeah.
I kept dropping stuff on him and beat him up. And then I threw him into the.
Yeah, no, I took out
container.
Scorpion first.
Yeah.
And shout out to Scorpion though, because when I was reading the bio about Scorpion, he is from my hometown in New York. He's from Yonkers.
How crazy that Mary Jane's from Montoursville.
I forgot I knew that. I seen it. I'm like, Montoursville, Pennsylvania. Oh yeah.
And I've never been able to find any explanation.
She's just from I think one of the writers who wrote Mary Jane from Montoursville?
There must be some sort of relation. Maybe he dated a girl from Montoursville and liked the town or something.
Yeah, his wife is from Montoursville, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, dude, what were your overall thoughts on it, though?
I like Spider-Man a lot. I like how they realized Manhattan. Once I got past the Mr. Negative, the initial portion.
Yeah.
Which, I'll be honest with you, had I not watched any trailers, I don't think I would have been as, like... You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, see, because, like, I guess... Just coming into it, I already knew that Martin Wong was Mr. Negative.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But until the trailer, spoiled it for me. I was like, oh.
It's not like some great mystery. Like, he's always been Mr. Negative. So
right.
It's sort of like knowing that, like, Matt Gargan is Scorpion for me. It's like, okay, well...
Yeah, and for me, it was, like, one of those things where... Because I don't really follow Spider-Man too much.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm kind of like I go in with a base knowledge, but I don't know like the deeper Spider-Man stuff. I would have liked to have seen maybe him get a little like maybe another ally. Like I know the stuff with a certain Miles Morales gets set up.
I actually didn't mind Miles Morales in this game.
Neither did I. The parts I hated were the Mary Jane sections.
Dude, I got stuck in Osborn's room.
That was easy as
for
fuck
like
for me.
An hour.
Really?
I could not figure out how to get that key.
Oh, it was behind the photograph.
I could not figure it out. Because I didn't know until that point in the game that you could rotate things all the way. Mm-hmm. I had no idea.
Yeah. Where, like, okay, because certain aspects. So there's a point where, like, the city's literally under, there's been a bioterror attack, there's fucking gunshots, shit's on fire, and I just web swing past Avengers Tower, I'm like, okay. And
doesn't he make a joke at some point though, where he's like, "Oh, they're off world doing something important"?
Yeah, I don't know,
like
but then but I like some of the other stuff, like where you see some of the landmarks. Like I found the Nelson and Murdoch, attorneys at law, and stuff like that. I would have liked to have seen another appearance from just someone.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is that I feel like because Web of Shadows did that. Yeah. And the thing is that I feel like then it becomes more about like them. Now we're gonna get a Black Cat, who's like one of Spider-Man's main allies, but we'll see. I don't know. I was just so psyched when I beat that game. I cried at the end. I cried like a fucking baby. The whole ending.
And see, we'll get to that because right now we're gonna take a little break. So I'll catch us on the tail end. We're gonna get into the final act of Spider-Man. So as we were going to break, Seth, you were getting ready to talk about the final act of one Spider-Man for PS4.
Specifically, like the final 8th, I'd say.
Okay.
Because the final act would encompass like the entire Sinister Six and whatnot, but that final just portion, it's just so good. And I'm specifically talking about after the lizard poisons you and whatnot, and you beat the Sinister Six, and you're going for Doc Ock. What'd you think of that?
I liked it because basically you go and you build that new suit, that sexy fucking suit.
Oh, it's so cool.
And it's on, like it's fucking on.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's the fucking two guys. And one guy walks away.
Well, and I can appreciate what they did because, like, to me, growing up watching the show, like, I always thought Doc Ock was like a fucking stupid villain. Like, because I didn't read the comic books. I grew up with the Saturday morning show, and Doc Ock was always kind of like, eh. But like this one, where you build that relationship with Doc Ock, and Peter looks up to him as like a mentor. He thinks he's this great dude. Where, like, lo and behold, all this time he's been like knowing that Peter was Spider-Man. He's been supplying gear for the villains, and he's had this plot to fucking take down Norman Osborn for like this longest time. And I love how all of them, just generally all of the Sinister Six, have like ties to Norman, which is kind of cool.
They set up a lot of stuff for the second game.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Norman Osborn is the Green Goblin, correct?
That's right. Yeah, and there's little hints to him being the Green Goblin in game.
Really?
Yeah. So like when you're Mary Jane walking through like the convention, Did you go and look at the gadgets at all?
Mm-hmm.
So like one of the gadgets was like a glider.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it was, so there's like other.
And then I seen the mask in his apartment.
Yeah, the mask. Yeah.
Now, do they make a symbiote reference in there?
They do at the very end, the last scene in the credits.
Yeah, the end credit scene.
Yep.
Okay, because that's what I thought it looked like. I'm like, wait, that doesn't look right.
Yep.
Now explain that for someone who is not into the comics.
It's they completely did their own thing with it.
Okay.
So basically, like Harry Osborn had some sort of, what was it, cancer or
some
something?
sort of neural degeneration or something like that.
Yeah, and it looks like Norman created the symbiote to put on Harry, which is not entirely unheard of from the comics perspective. They did a similar thing in the Ultimate Universe.
Okay.
Where Brock was like Peter's longtime friend and whatnot, and their dads worked together and they made the symbiote. But normally the symbiote's like an alien life form.
That's what I thought. The symbiote came back.
It still could be in the game, but it seems like Norman created it to help heal Harry.
Yeah, because like he puts his hand on the screen and then, or the glass, and then the symbiote's like, bloop.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what I thought. I'm like, wait, correct me if I'm wrong. That something seems off about that.
Yeah. Yep.
So potentially Harry Osborn Venom.
Yep. Or maybe because Brock's in the game too. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I didn't run into Eddie Brock.
No, so Eddie Brock, you don't run into him, but in the one thing you pick up in the backpacks was like a going away card from the Daily Bugle.
Oh yeah, I seen
Eddie Brock signed his name on it. You saw the signature, and I was like, yeah.
Okay. See, what I'm hoping happens is with Marvel, with Insomniac making Spider-Man, we get more games in that basically universe that they established, because they established that the Avengers exist in this universe.
Yep.
Daredevil exists.
Black Panther.
Black Panther. All these entities we've seen, they exist now in this world. They exist without them physically being there. They exist.
Yep.
And so it's one of those things. Like I wonder how they do that. Like I wonder what they build off on this. So that's what I'm excited for.
I know exactly what they're going to do in the next game.
What are they going to do?
They're going to kill off Peter Parker.
And we get Miles Morales.
And you get Miles Morales. Probably at the end of the game or the beginning of the game.
And what would your feelings be on that?
Anger.
Anger. Immediate anger, rage.
Yeah. And I know it's going to happen too. Like I already know it's happening, but the game was so good that like I can't like boycott the second game. I have to.
No, you signed on for the second game.
Yeah. I mean it's amazing, but I know that Peter Parker's going to die in the second game because that's how Miles Morales becomes Miles Morales Spider-Man. So.
Well, because the other, even does Miles get trained by Peter before Peter dies?
No,
because I feel like that's what they hinted at.
That's what they hint at in this game, but in the comics, no. Miles was just like, "Oh, I've been here the whole time. I got bit by the same spider, and I'm just the brown version of you."
See, I don't think is that the same spider?
In the comics, he got bit by the same
but
spider.
in the game,
what
kind that? They didn't specify what kind of spider that was.
Yeah.
Or did they?
I don't remember. I know it came back on Mary Jane.
Yeah.
And then she transferred on him, but I can't
Persistent
remember.
Little bugger.
Yeah. It can't be the same spider because Peter Parker's been Spider-Man for like 7 years.
Yeah, so there's no way it's the same spider.
Nah, you would imagine
maybe it's the same
not.
species.
You'd imagine not. It'd be some other radioactive spider.
But yeah, so I'm like, and it bit him, and he killed a pretty big spider, by the way.
Yeah, that's big.
But so they set it up where there's no way we can have two Spider-Mans.
Nope. Chrono making his
and we have Chrono making his on-screen Alpha Nerd appearance. Not gonna lie, pretty impressive jump.
What's up, buddy? What can I do for you? It's okay. Come here.
Nope.
He doesn't want.
Nope, he wants no part of that.
Nope. I got you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. There's Chrono's ass.
And I got him.
And we got him. Okay. And Chrono's been removed.
That's secured.
All right. So, with that, we can't have two Spider-Mans.
Nope.
I don't think that works. But
no room.
I'm excited. I just hope we get other things. Like I want to see the Punisher make an appeirance in this world.
That'd be cool.
Granted, if they're gonna keep it T for teen, probably not gonna happen. But
they could. I mean, the Punisher originally was just a hitman hired to kill Spider-Man.
God, I love the Punisher.
How good is that Netflix show?
Oh. I love that show so much.
Watson didn't think it was that great.
He's a piece of shit.
Watson's just a hipster. He hates everything that's cool.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Watson the hipster. But overall, I still think God of War was better than Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. I think I haven't played Detroit Gone Home or Become Human, or what the fuck it's called. So that's and I'm excited about that because that's literally the last big exclusive for Sony this year, so I don't have to play anything else.
Dude, I think games like The Witcher, God of War, Spider-Man have broken me.
You think?
Yeah, because if you would have told me
too good.
if you would have told me like 5 years ago that The Last of Us and Uncharted would be outshined in terms of narrative by God of War and Spider-Man, I'd be like, yeah, okay, fuck off. But now it's like these games are so good in their narratives and they tell such a great story that I'm like, I expect that from every game now.
Yeah, and when you don't get it,
like, what are you doing, Chrono?
Yes.
Why are you being such a cocksucker tonight? You know what? Go ahead, get electrocuted. I don't care.
Hello, Peter. But anyway, yeah, and I agree with you there. Where like anytime I see Sony Interactive Studios and it's a Sony first or second party game, I'm like, oh, this is we may have fire on our hands.
Yep.
And so it's weird to see like Spider-Man and God of War mentioned in the same breath as like, oh, it's a Sony exclusive. Some of those Sony exclusives starting out weren't all that great.
No.
Like we have The Last Guardian in the Sony exclusive family, and and as much as I enjoyed The Order 1886, not a $60 game. It's not something that I would recommend to be like. Granted, now it's cheap, but I remember when it first came out, I could see the anger, why people hated The Order.
Because it was a $60 game that was 4 hours long.
Yeah, but you know what? For those 4 hours, I had a blast.
I should play it one of these nights.
You really should. Yeah. I honestly, with what Ready at Dawn did, I'm sad they didn't get a chance to get a sequel to that.
Yeah.
I'm really sad because like they did so much world building. But discussion for another time.
Yeah, I can't contribute to that at all because I just didn't. Well, I was excited for it at first, and then I saw that it was 5 hours, and I canceled my pre-order. So that was that.
Oh man, God, I love. But yeah, getting back to Spider-Man. I just feel like this is one of those games. Like if you're getting a PS4, and this is going to kind of tie into our kind of the meat and potatoes of our discussion, where PS4, like getting a PS4 now rather than at launch, because what Sony actively talking about PS5 now, they've confirmed that it exists. Not, they didn't call it PS5, but they confirmed like, yes, we are working on our next gen console. And you and I were having a discussion where we were saying, are we ready for PS5? Do we want PS5?
I don't personally want it, but it depends what they, if they're gonna be like, and admittedly, Final Fantasy VII Remake's going to be a PS5 game. It's got to be. Yeah, but if they were like, this is going to be at launch, I'd be like, well.
And you're on.
You got me.
Yeah. And see, I'm on the fence about getting a console at launch now, where usually I'm in there.
Yeah.
But I'm noticing, excuse me, getting a console at launch, usually not the smartest move.
Unless there's a game that you really want to play, yeah, not really.
But then, like, even if there is that one game you really want to play, is that worth, like, so when I got my PS4 at launch, I paid, I think, $3.99 for it?
Mm-hmm.
$3.99 plus a game, well, plus 2 games, so almost $500.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and that was for Killzone Shadowfall,
mm-hmm.
and I think, I think I got NBA 2K19 or something like that with it. So, is Killzone Shadowfall a $500 experience to me?
I mean,
and you have to look back at that, because I'm a massive Killzone fan. Yeah. Fucking love Killzone.
Killzone Shadowfall was great until the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. and basically, like, I'm really gonna be eyeballing PS5, where I may not jump in on PS5 right away. I may test it out. I may wait the 2-year mark, because I feel like people who are just now getting PS4s now,
mm-hmm.
look at the fucking library.
Oh yeah, you're doing great.
Like I was looking at it. If you bought a PS4 right now, you get all the Uncharted games, literally every single Uncharted.
Yeah.
Uncharted 4. You get Uncharted Lost Legacy, so all of the Uncharted series. You can get The Last of Us.
Oh yeah.
What else could you walk out with? You walk out with Infamous, Killzone Shadowfall. I'm trying to think what other exclusive. You could walk out with generally like 6 or 7 great games for less than $100.
Yeah.
Like, how insane is that?
No, that's great. You're doing great.
Yeah, and and I think a brand new PS4 is like what, $300, $250?
I think you can pick one up for $250. I'm not positive.
Yeah. So like, think about that. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Where we got PS4s, we only got Killzone Shadowfall and
we got
Knack and what the fuck else. I think Ground Zeroes came out like a month later.
I remember being disappointed in my PS4 not playing it much originally. But I kept myself busy. I don't remember what I even played in those early days. I know I beat Killzone Shadowfall, and I know I beat Infamous. Infamous wasn't a launch game. It came out.
No, it was the first big exclusive that came out.
Yeah, it was like pretty early though.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what I played after that. I played a lot of Final Fantasy 14 on my PS4. Those early years are a blank.
I'm trying to think. I played Killzone Shadowfall. I played the fuck out of that. I played Battlefield 4, NBA 2K. I think I got Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh yeah, I did get Black Flag.
And then basically it was just playing PS Plus games like Outlast came out, Resogun.
Yep.
And then Infamous Second Son came out, and Thief were the two games. The first two PS4 games I had pre-ordered.
I didn't get to play Thief.
Thief's
ever.
a piece of shit. Don't play Thief. Yeah. And then the first RPG I got, Final Fantasy Type 0.
I got Type 0. I demoed Type 0 at PAX, and I was like, this is awesome. And I still think it's okay.
Well, and it's again tying back into our discussion where, you look at that library where everything like you remember everything as it came out, and you're like, holy fuck! Like, I remember like the hype train for myself for Type 0. I'm like, yes, because it came with the 15 episode Dust Guy demo, where I was like, yeah, oh yeah.
All I want from Sony right now is Infamous 3.
I would love another.
And
Infamous.
why haven't they fucking made it?
I don't think we're gonna see another Infamous game. Or if it is, it won't be from Sucker Punch.
It sucks because Infamous is a great series.
But
it's a very unique series.
But look at like people. We want I would love another Resistance from Insomniac. I now know that's never happening
because they're making Spider-Man now, and I'm okay with that.
Or like or from Guerrilla. Like, I don't know if we're gonna get another Killzone.
They were just talking. Colin said that he thinks Guerrilla split into two teams, and they're working on a Killzone and a.
If we get Killzone PS5 launch, I may be in there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Killzone is a good launch game to have.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it being right at the forefront of a console generation.
Right.
Where like there's certain games with PS5 that I'm in there for. If Death Stranding is a launch title, which I don't think it will be.
Dude, I think that game's gonna suck.
You're not a Kojima guy, man.
I know I'm not a Kojima guy, but like Kojima didn't make those games by himself.
Well, no.
He just
directed
them.
And that's a big portion of it.
It's yeah, but he didn't make them.
Okay,
he's like he looks at this game and goes, you know what? That building needs to move over there. And like shit like that. He's basically just like he just manages the people making the game. And people are like, "Oh, well, he fucking wrote those games." No, he was on like a team of writers,
yes.
Right? But also Death Stranding seemingly has no fucking like concrete plot that to make any sense of. It's just like a random bunch of bullshit. And he's starting from scratch, and I just think that the weight on Kojima's shoulders is undeserved. He's like in my opinion, a very average game director.
Ooh, that's a fucking hot take.
Yeah, and
well,
but he's no Miyamoto. He's no Miyamoto.
Well, because Miyamoto isn't. He hasn't created like he's created masterpieces like in a different way from a gameplay perspective. Where Kojima, like I think from a cinematography perspective, a narrative perspective, characters, world building, like I think there's something to be said. I guess it just depends on your taste. Like, how many Kojima games have you played? Just the Metal Gear, right?
Metal Gears, yeah.
See, me, like, I played Snatcher, I played Police Knots, I played Zone of the Enders, and...
Okay, I'm going to say it. Because someone needs to say it, and I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to put my foot down and say it. Metal Gear Solid is a mediocre third-person shooter.
Wow.
Except for 3, which was great for the time. Metal Gear Solid is a mediocre third-person shooter. There's nothing special about Metal Gear Solid.
It's a stealth game.
It's a mediocre stealth game. Splinter Cell does it better. It's a mediocre stealth game. Splinter Cell and Hitman are both better stealth games because in Metal Gear they give you the option to blast your way through, and you can just fucking kill everybody, and it works in the game. The game works perfectly that way.
Not in the first two. You will get your shit fucked up in the first two.
Maybe not in the first two. No one gives a fuck about the first two Metal Gear games.
Oh.
All right, we're in the fucking 2018 now.
Well, Metal Gear Solid 3 is really, and 4 were the only two, and 5 now you can only do that in, but.
Mediocre third-person shooter stealth games. Stealth espionage action bullshit.
Because again, but Hitman doesn't have the characters that Metal Gear does.
What amazing characters are coming out of Metal Gear? They change the characters every fucking game.
What do you mean?
Pedro.
Okay, see, and this is the thing where you don't understand. Like in Metal Gear Solid, the first Metal Gear Solid, when you first encounter Psycho Mantis, that is a memorable fucking moment.
It is a memorable moment.
It's a memorable fucking moment.
It's a memorable moment. And I remember fighting the fucking Revolver Ocelot.
And that's another memorable fucking fight.
And fucking the Bumblebee dude from Metal Gear Solid 3. But you know what? I'm good.
No, see, Metal Gear Solid 3, I think, had the fucking weakest cast of fucking bosses.
And Metal Gear Solid 4, I can't even fucking tell you the bosses of Metal Gear Solid 4. All I remember is there was a long-ass fucking ending sequence that I just wanted to end. Because I'm like, I'm done.
I think the ending is almost like an hour-long cutscene.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half. It's basically an hour and a half.
But it's designed for fans of the series. Like, if you are a fucking Metal Gear fan,
yeah,
that fucking moment, you're like, what the fuck?
If you're a fan of, like, mediocre third-person
and
stealth games.
And I just wish you would realize how wrong you are. And, like, that you've been living your life wrong.
Dude, it's mediocre. It doesn't even control that well. The shooting mechanics aren't that well. The close combat mechanics suck, honestly. And it's just like, what's so great about these games? Is it the plot? Not really, because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Oh, the plot makes perfect sense.
It does not make perfect sense. You have to have a goddamn encyclopedia of that universe.
I understand the plot completely.
Yeah, it's like I understand the Kingdom Hearts plot completely, but
no, fuck that game. No.
Yeah, no, you cannot give Kingdom Hearts shit when you're like, Metal Gear Solid plotline works perfect.
Metal Gear Solid doesn't involve time travel.
Metal Gear Solid involves fucking clones, which is just as bad as time travel. No. Yes, it is, Pedro. No. It is, Pedro.
It is not.
I'm putting my fucking foot down.
Put your foot down. No.
Yes.
And I don't understand where this hate for Kojima comes from with you.
It's not hate. It's like everyone's like, holy fuck, I can't be excited for Death Stranding. I can't wait for Death Stranding because it's a Kojima game. And I'm like, why?
It's like the same people who get excited for Tarantino films.
You know what? Fuck those people too. Because Tarantino makes mediocre fucking movies. Oh, I'm sorry. Was Grindhouse a fucking great movie? No.
No, but it wasn't supposed to be.
Then why even fucking make it, Pedro?
No, because Pulp Fiction is the one you need to watch. Like, when you watch Pulp Fiction, you're like, well, oh, okay. I see what we've done here.
Django Unchained, mediocre.
What?
Django Unchained was mediocre.
Wow, okay.
It had, like, some cool moments, mainly made possible by Leonardo DiCaprio.
These opinions are yours, man.
No, it's fucking true. It's not even
true.
It's fucking true. You're on the bandwagon, Pedro, and I need you to jump off. Everyone else is saying Metal Gear Solid's great, so you're like, you know what, this is great, but you're not thinking critically. You're not opening your mind to the possibility that
the Metal Gear games aren't even my favorite Kojima game. My favorite Kojima game is Snatcher.
I've never played Snatcher.
And you're missing out. Granted, you have to kind of go out of your way to do it, so I don't ever foresee you playing Snatcher, but
yeah,
it's one of those things, like, to me, like, Snatcher blew my fucking mind.
I'm gonna play Zone of the Enders, and maybe I'll love it, but I'm not gonna be like, you know what, Death Stranding's gonna be awesome because Kojima made it.
Well, I love Kojima, like, I love his art style and, like, the way he creates. If it's a bad game, I'm gonna call it a bad game.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because you've heard me say it. Like, the first Zone of the Enders sucks. Like, that game fucking sucks. It controls like ass. The narrative makes no goddamn sense, and there's no character building. It's just not good.
I know what to expect with Death Stranding. It's gonna be scary. Metal Gear Solid.
I don't think it's gonna be scary. I don't think there's gonna be any horror.
Every part of the trailers indicates it's going to be a horror.
But again, with Kojima, like, with trailers, you have to take them with a grain of salt. This is the same man who inserted Solid Snake as a palette swap in all the Metal Gear Solid 2 trailers. And then when people got to the parts where they saw trailers that clearly had Snake in them, it was actually palette swap Raiden.
Yeah, well, also fan outrage.
But I actually liked Raiden. Metal Gear Solid 2 is my favorite Metal Gear game.
Sorry.
What do you mean, sorry? It's a great game. Sorry. See, but it's one of those things, like, I can't validate your opinion until you've played more Kojima games. That's your homework.
No, I'm not doing that. They're not Kojima games. They're Konami games.
Not Kojima games. No, he plasters his fucking name all over them bitches.
Yeah, well, that's why he's so fucking famous, right? Because he's got his fucking name in the box. Well, guess what? He's a mediocre director.
Ooh. You know what's really weird? The Phantom Pain. That game came out incomplete and got 10s.
Exactly my fucking point, Pedro. Exactly. There's no final part of that game made.
But it's really weird because that Metal Gear game is, like, literally 95% gameplay and, like, 10% cutscene.
Yeah. Well.
And people
Konami cut them off for a reason.
Probably because it's getting expensive.
Probably because maybe he's a stuck-up asshole.
Maybe. Good.
Who likes to put his names on the cases even though there's 400 other people working on a game?
Listen, if you're literally the only thing making Konami money, besides pachinko machines.
Yeah, Konami makes tons of money. I don't swear.
on
Real estate.
on pachinko.
I'm pretty convinced Konami is in with the Yakuza.
That'd be literally wonderful. Respect.
I mean, like, they own real estate, arcades.
With Konami, I think they're trying to get on our good graces. Did you see they put out Castlevania Symphony of the Night on PS4?
I did see that. Yeah.
And they've been slowly releasing all this Bomberman DLC. I think slowly they're like, okay, we may have fucked up here. People, because now Konami's to the point they literally do anything and they get the middle finger from everybody. They're on Square Enix time.
Because everyone's on fucking Kojima's nutsack. Well,
you could think who the hell is the guy who announces the Video Game Awards?
Jeff Keighley.
You can thank him. It's his fault.
Jeff Keighley, you know what? Mediocre games journalist.
I didn't even know who Jeff Keighley was.
He was like a games journalist who fucking was on G4, and that's what made him famous. But you know what? Like, what did you do journalistically that was so amazing?
Apparently nothing.
You were just the first famous one.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Greg Miller and Colin Morelli did it better. Jeff Keighley. And Jason Schreier did it too. So you.
I mean, you don't fucks with the Jason Schreier. You don't fuck with him.
No, you don't fuck with him.
Ask Phil Mewson. Don't fuck with him.
No, don't do it.
So, I don't know.
I got that off my chest.
Yeah.
And now I feel better.
Now you feel better?
I do. I feel better.
You just dropped that grenade on us here on
Yeah.
Alpha Nerds, where fucking one of our co-hosts doesn't like Hideo Kojima, but stood up for Miyamoto, who I don't understand that logic there, but considering how fucking he gets a fucking pass.
I'm not saying he doesn't get a pass. All I'm saying is that statistically, in my mind, Miyamoto, Kojima.
Listen, the motherfucker stuck a fucking vacuum cleaner on Luigi and called it a day. Great game. The motherfucker
People love those games.
The motherfucker stuck a squirt gun on Mario in a GameCube game.
Sunshine is awesome.
Fucking masterpiece.
It's pretty cool though. It's
on
fun.
the Wii, Mario, let's put him in space.
Those games are amazing. The Galaxy games.
I'm just saying, like, literally, and this is what Nintendo does, and they get away with it. Literally, any new idea, they're like, we really like this. We're gonna attach Mario so it sells.
Okay, no, you're right about that, and I don't give them a pass. If anyone hates Nintendo for that, shit's me. But the thing is that Miyamoto made Mario and that whole universe, and you could say he's like the biggest game character of all time.
I'm not discrediting what he does, but like,
and Snake's just kind of like a very generic like soldier.
You sit there and you put Kojima down, but like you're literally from a narrative perspective, what the fuck has Miyamoto done?
It's not. I'm not saying that it's exactly apples to apples. It's a little bit apples to oranges, but you know what? This orange is a little more tasty than this fucking
listen,
apple.
His creative genius, like Star Fox Adventures,
yeah,
literally wasn't a Star Fox game until he's like, you know what? That character looks like Star Fox. Use Star Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
Again, this orange is just a little sweeter than this apple.
Is it?
This apple might tell some better stories, but this orange, man, it's just fun to eat.
I don't know.
You take that fucking peel off and you split it into pieces and you throw it in your mouth. Whereas this apple, it tells you the story of the man who picked it.
Right.
Some fucking little.
So you're okay with Miyamoto helping with Breath of the Wild and getting 10s while?
No, I'm not okay with Breath of the Wild getting 10s. I'm not okay with that. I think that game was a solid 7 or 8. I think a lot of people.
I'll be honest with you. To me, that game's like a 6.
It's like the most
it's like
bare bones.
6.5 to 7.
It's like the most bare bones open world I've ever seen in my entire life, and everyone's like, you know what? Zelda open world, great. Let's climb shit. 10 out of 10. And it's like, well, there's no music in it, and it's the same dungeon 4 times in a row.
Actually, I got rid of Breath of the Wild. I didn't finish it.
I got rid of mine too.
And like, and then I was playing Horizon. Like,
Yeah, like this game is 1,000 times better than Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, you get a fucking weapon and it breaks in 3 hits, and you're like, oh, that was fun. This is great. Now I have no more weapons. I have to run away.
Yeah, and
I hate it.
But again, Miyamoto here, Kojima here.
Looking at accomplishments.
Just saying.
Again, this apple is fine. The apple's fine. It tells you the story of the man who picked it, right? Some little homeless kid in maybe Puerto Rico named I don't know where apples generally come from, maybe Florida or Mexico, named Juan. And his family got murdered by the cartel, and he's walking around carrying his basket, getting whipped by his slave owner, wherever the fuck happens on apple farms.
There's a lot going. Okay, all right.
Okay. And climbing trees, and he picks this apple, and he looks at it and sees the shine, and he just kisses it.
Just kisses it, gives it a little peck.
And puts it in his basket, and it gets sent to the United States, where I pick up and eat it, and I realize that. With this orange, it's just fun to eat. You have fun when you're eating orange. You peel it off, you make a little bit of a mess, you squirt the juice in your eye, you go, ow, fucking, that hurt, and then you swallow the orange. All right? It's apples to oranges, but this orange is a little more fun.
Oh my, I don't know what to do with you. That's an interesting take, my friend. Interesting take. And on that note, we're gonna head into break. Coming on the second half of our break, we are gonna be discussing this issue with the classics. All these fucking classics coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So, stay tuned. There's these classics coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with this PlayStation Classic, what are your thoughts on that? And why you're spewing your thoughts, I'm going to pull up the games list on it, because I forgot to do that.
Yeah, go ahead. My thoughts are that they saw how good Nintendo was doing and how much people liked the NES and SNES Classic, and they're like, we can do that. We can do that good. But the thing is that you already had a PlayStation Classic. It was called the PS3. You could play all your PS1 games on PS3, and I'm going to be honest, it's a little disappointing.
Well, have you seen the games list?
It's not that great. I mean, for me anyway. Because, in my opinion, PS1 is an RPG machine. Right?
Yeah.
That's how I view my PS1. It was my RPG machine. You got Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. And with those three not being on there, only Final Fantasy 7, you're making a big mistake. You're making a big mistake. Also, fucking Chrono Cross should be on there. Chrono Trigger should be on there. Although I guess Chrono Trigger is more of an SNES game.
Yeah, you don't want that PS1 port.
No, you don't. But, I mean, Chrono Cross should definitely be on there. What else should have been on there? Fucking Final Fantasy Tactics, Xenogears. That should have been like the RPG paradise. But instead it's like all these bullshit games that people like, I guess, but not me. So I'm not excited for it.
Yeah, and so looking at this list, let's see, what do we got here? Did I not pull up a good article? Maybe I didn't.
I bet if you go to the Wikipedia for PS1 Classic, you
Yeah,
find...
'cause I don't know what the fuck.
Let me help you out, Paige.
Where the fuck can
Let me see
I
if I can
find?
find.
But anyway, my thoughts on that is like, I don't know. I don't know if we need another one. Like, I don't really know like why we're getting this.
Well, because you can get all these games digitally,
Yeah, and it's just,
a la carte, you know?
and I don't know. I just feel like with the SNES Classic, I found that underwhelming. Because Chrono Trigger wasn't even on there, was it?
No.
But like, I think the big RPGs on there were Secret of Mana and Final Fantasy VI, and like Mario Kart, or not Mario Kart, Mario RPG.
Yeah.
So, for IGN, so this has changed, but you have Final Fantasy VII, which I don't know why the fuck, unless it's the HD port that they did on the PS4, I don't know why you'd buy this. Jumping Flash, which I've never heard of. Ridge Racer Type 4.
Mm-hmm.
You have Tekken 3.
Mm-hmm.
Wild Arms, which actually is a good game, even though I know you hate it.
I haven't played it.
And that's all IGN has announced. I don't know if they've announced more, but this was as of September 19th, 2018. Only 5 have been announced. So I don't know if they updated that list, but just looking at that initial list,
Nope, I'm not in.
like some of these games, like they're not classic.
No.
And like I don't know, like with the licensing, like if Symphony of the Night's not on there, they're fucking out of their minds. But again, with Symphony of the Night coming to PS4 with trophy support,
Yeah, why would you want it?
Why, you know? And that leads to the other burning question: like, do we have a need for this? Like, do I really need to look at my bookshelf and see NES Classic, a SNES Classic, the little stupid Sega Genesis thing? That's a piece of shit.
That wasn't
by the way.
officially licensed or something like
Yeah,
that.
the N64 Classic, which okay, we're gonna take another hot fucking take here on Alpha Nerds.
I don't think this is a hot take. I know what you're about to say. I don't think it's that hot of a take.
The N64 sucks.
Yeah,
Bad
the N64
system.
sucks. It's a bad system with a few great games.
It's like it's got 2 games I want on it. Well, 3.
It's got like 5.
Actually, no. You know what? Based on re-releases, actually 1.
You could make the argument for 5 great games on N64.
What are your 5 N64 games?
Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask.
Can play it on 3DS.
Yeah, no, I feel you, but like, just we're talking about like legacy.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 Zelda games.
Yep.
Donkey Kong Country.
Ooh.
I think that's a great game.
Okay.
Smash Brothers.
Yep.
And Pokemon Coliseum. or Stadium, I guess.
Yeah, for me it'd be GoldenEye.
Oh yeah, I guess you got to put
GoldenEye. Perfect Dark's in there.
Okay.
Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Majora's Mask. And see, oh, did I say Mario 64?
No.
Mario 64. So, but like again, if I want to play Majora's Mask, I have a 3DS.
Boom. So maybe you could expand that list to 10.
But like still, like it's just like one of those things. Like this doesn't need a fucking classic edition. Like,
No,
you don't
you
need a
don't.
fucking classic edition.
You know we're not gonna get all those games.
No, you're not. You're saying you're not getting GoldenEye. You maybe might get Perfect Dark. Maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah, I doubt you get Smash.
I could see. I think you get Smash Brothers.
You think you get Smash?
Yeah, I think that they have to put Smash Brothers on that.
Also, world record for worst controller of all time.
Yeah, that thing is bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It sucks.
But and it's one of those things like I get the novelty of it. Like as a collector, would it be cool seeing all those boxes on my shelf? Yes. Do I need them? No. Like, and the other thing is like, are these things gonna fly off the fucking shelves? Like, am I really gonna go fucking running the GameStop to get a PS1 Classic when a lot of the RPGs on there I probably own?
Yeah.
Or I can just get on PS1 Classics. Which, by the way, where the fuck are the PS1 Classics on the PSN? Like on PS4? Like, what the fuck is that shit?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that bullshit? You can't get them. Why?
Yeah, why?
How fucking hard would it be to emulate PS1 games on the PS4?
Well, my thing is like, why do I get Bully that's a piece of shit port when
That's
I can't?
so sad. I'm so mad about
but
that.
I can't get like Persona. I can't get Final Fantasy V. Like I can't get all these fucking RPGs that are fucking incredible. Give me if you give us those RPGs with trophy support. Hello, Doctor.
We got Final Fantasy 7
and 9
and 9. Yeah. Did we get 8?
No, we don't want 8 because here on Alpha Nerds, 8's a piece of shit.
You came around. I appreciate that.
We've had this discussion. 8, in retrospect, not a good game.
No, I agree.
But yeah, so like I just don't like. Do you feel like we really need all these consoles? Like these?
No, I don't. I haven't bought a single one. I'm not going to.
Well, I bought the SNES one because like the modding potential for that is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Where like I haven't finished modding it, but basically on my SNES Classic, I want to have all the fucking 32-bit or 16-bit RPGs. So I'm gonna have Chrono Trigger. I'm gonna have Super Mario RPG. I'm gonna have Final Fantasy. I'm gonna have all the Final Fantasies, but I'm gonna get them with the actual accurate translations because like you can put like ROM hacks and stuff on it. So I'm gonna get all the ROM hack like with the good English translation, the way the game was meant to be translated. Some of these Japanese exclusive RPGs that got fan translations, I'm gonna put on there. Basically, I'm gonna have my SNES Classic be just a fucking. If I want to play a 16-bit RPG. That's where I go because it hooks up to HDMI, does everything I want.
Well,
or I could build a Raspberry Pi.
Nintendo just like killed Emu Paradise, right?
Yes, but don't worry.
There's other places you can get them. Yeah, of
hashtag cool ROMs.
Naturally.
And I've been really and maybe we can tie this into this next discussion because for months I've been telling you I think I'm getting out of the collecting game.
Yeah.
Where I think I'm just gonna have certain sets of stuff like all my Shin Megami Tensei stuff I'm gonna keep and stuff like that. But I think this filler stuff in my collection. Probably gonna go, and it's one of these things like. But what I want to do is I want to build Raspberry Pis or get them so I can have all these retro games in one spot, in the living room. Just a little device, hook up the HDMI, click, boom, I have everything I want.
You can build yourself a solid arcade cabinet with a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, and I feel like I'd get more bang for that than I would going out of the way to buy these retro systems. And to fucking hunt down all the games and all this other stuff. So, like, I think there's a place for some of this stuff. Like, say if you don't want to get into collecting, but, like, you want to play some of these old school games, I think the SNES Classic, that's for you.
By the way, they're talking about backwards compatibility with PS5 already.
Wow. I feel like that's necessary.
I would sacrifice however many children it took to, Shuhei Yoshida to get PS3 backwards compatibility on my PS5.
See, I'm worried about that because, like, with the cell structure or whatever it's called, we'll see.
It's gonna be like 2020, man. Just fucking figure it out.
Just figure it out.
Listen,
they're beta testing name changes.
Yeah, they're beta testing name changes.
Like,
well, you saw they said it's gonna break like older system games. Like you're not gonna be able to like play your older games or something. Just like break them. It's gonna fuck them up.
So, and maybe we have. This is another topic that needs to be addressed. Who designed the PSN in such a way that your name could just literally break something?
It doesn't seem like that hard of a fix.
Apparently to Sony it is.
It's a database problem on the back end, but it doesn't seem like that hard of a fix. Like someone that worked in SQL suggested way back when on the Kind of Funny morning show, back when it was Colin and Greg, they wrote in and said you could just use a cover.
Mm-hmm.
You could just use something that it covers up the original key to whatever you want, and that would work, but I'm sure Sony's engineers thought of it and they can't figure it out or something.
Now are we gonna lump them, because we're gonna start something here on almost at T-ball, but we're gonna start something here on Alpha Nerds. We're gonna start the fraud watch list.
Okay, what's that mean?
So basically, these companies that we feel are run by chimps.
Yes.
They're gonna be now added. They're not quite frauds yet, but they're on the fraud watch list.
The fraud watch list, okay.
So that includes the likes of Square Enix, definitely number one on fraud watch list.
Okay.
Nintendo number 2.
Okay.
Do we make a case for Sony being run by chimps?
Absolutely you do. Oh my god, absolutely. They never learn from their mistakes.
So
Sony hit gold this generation, right? They killed Xbox right out of the gate. But let's not pretend like next generation is not going to be competitive, because Xbox is laying quiet, waiting for Sony to blow all their load with Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us 2 and whatnot, and they're going to come out the gate and be like, oh, wait, yeah, we've been buying all these studios.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Microsoft couldn't compete with Sony gun for gun, studio-wise.
No.
They were outgunned. So what did Microsoft do? They stepped back and they're like, we're going to buy everyone. Because we have more money than anybody.
Right.
And we're just going to buy all these studios, and now Sony's sitting here, and Microsoft's gonna pop out, and they're gonna be like,
yeah, because I heard they might buy. I heard an unconfirmed rumor, like when I was looking at the Sacred Symbols, that they are in talks of buying Obsidian.
They already did. They just bought Obsidian.
Fuck.
Yeah. So now
and Ninja Theory,
So now, I feel like we're on a little more of an even playing field.
Are we on notice?
Yeah. I could see me being an Xbox guy next generation. Yeah,
Seth jumping ship.
I could. I'm not gonna commit to that, but because all my favorite franchises are on PlayStation. But I could see me getting an Xbox and having a good time with it next generation.
I'll probably, if anything, I'll probably be a both guy.
Yeah, because
we're fucking adults.
Yeah,
and we can afford things. Shout out to you poor people out there.
What's up?
But so it's one of those things where I agree. Where I think I can't believe Microsoft bought Ninja Theory. Hellblade, I haven't played it, but they say Hellblade is literally incredible.
Yeah.
And if that's kind of what we have to work with, what are they going to do to follow up something like Hellblade?
Yeah, I know. It's pretty amazing.
So I was like, okay, we're on notice here.
Yeah. And you gotta think that Sony's watching Xbox and being like, let them fight.
Yes.
Like a challenger approaches.
Finally a worthy foe.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if we get because I forget who did Jade Empire. Was that a Microsoft Game Studios?
That was a BioWare game.
Oh, I would love another Jade Empire.
Oh,
Give me one of them bad boys.
Yeah, it's a shame that EA bought BioWare, not Microsoft. But that's a big shame, because I think that we'd still be getting Knights of the Republic games and fucking Jade Empires and whatnot.
But so it's one of those things. I'm excited to see what Microsoft does. Because this generation Microsoft just kind of was like a wet fart with their exclusives. Kind of.
They haven't released anything this year.
Yeah.
Like a fucking thing. So really Sea of Thieves.
God, is that game up?
Yay.
Did I remember us watching that conference what the fuck is this?
Dude, they did a 45-minute...
it
seemed like 45 minutes.
What in the fuck is this?
I don't need to see it anymore.
I was a little legitimately offended. I was like, what is this?
You know what I love, though? We're saying that Sony's on the fraud watch list. They still haven't released a launch window game that they had announced, which is Dreams.
Yeah, that studio's gonna die.
Dude, it's done. It's so over.
Yeah.
Because that game's gonna come out and everyone's gonna be like, what? All right.
So I'm gonna establish the fraud watch list here.
Okay.
So we have number 1,
Square Enix.
Now, why don't you inform our audience why Square Enix is on the fraud watch list?
Because Square Enix likes to announce games 20 years in advance. They announced Final Fantasy Versus 13 and didn't release it for 9 years. They
technically never released the Versus 13.
No, they technically canceled it and made it Final Fantasy 15, I guess, or transitioned it. They announced Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Kingdom Hearts 3, all way too early. Yep. They're hell-bent on spoiling Kingdom Hearts 3. Yep. They ruined the Final Fantasy franchise, some would say. Yep. I would say. They released 3 Final Fantasy 13 games. Although I like them, I appreciate that no one else does. Mm-hmm. So I am well aware of that.
So. Yeah, that is why Square Enix finds itself numero uno on the fucking Alpha Nerd fraud watch.
Yes. very much not in the graces of the fans.
Number 2, we have Nintendo checking in on the fraud watch list. Now, Seth, why don't you inform our audience why Nintendo finds himself on the fraud watch list?
Well, you see, Pedro, Nintendo has been steadily decreasing and declining ever since the Nintendo 64 days.
Yes.
So they got a hit with the SNES, and then their numbers have continued to dwindle ever since the N64 days up until the Switch. I believe the Switch is a good console. However,
You refuse to play it.
its days are numbered. Its days are numbered. It finds itself in the middle of a generation. It's a bad time for Nintendo.
Well, now,
They also left all their Wii U owners on an island.
yeah, all 10 of you. Yes.
Yeah.
But see, my thing with the Switch, where I think the Switch is saving grace, is a lot of these smaller games that were going to Vita and 3DS, they have no place to go other than Switch.
Yeah.
So, like, they may, by default, get away with it.
I loved Xenoblade 2. I had a blast to play on my Switch.
And that was the only thing you loved. That's it.
That's true. That's the only thing I really like to play on my Switch.
That's it. That's it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Otherwise, because you've been saying for weeks, I want to play my Switch, but every time I do, the urge just goes away.
Yeah, it does. It's just like, I want to play my Switch. I like Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, you didn't finish that, did you?
There's something about that console that just, it's sort of like something gross where I'm just like, oh, nah, I'm good, man. Like,
Because you know what's weird? The person who probably here at T-Ball Incorporated, or are we an LLC? Have we decided that?
we'll call ourselves T-Ball Inc. for now.
Yes. The person who plays their Switch the most is Watson.
Yeah. Watson Thompson.
Let's play Skyrim on.
Loves the hell out of it.
I was like, the one guy we thought would never touch the goddamn thing. We were telling like, dude, don't buy this. Plays the most.
Should have bought it launch day, to be honest.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Loves Payday.
Yeah, Payday. Maybe it's guys like him that'll keep the Switch alive. But yeah, for me, like Nintendo's definitely on the fraud watch list because, okay, so they've been their numbers were decreasing. I still think the best system they've put out in years is the GameCube, but the Wii comes out, right? Mm-hmm. Massive hit. Mm-hmm. They follow it up with the Wii U, which made no goddamn sense. I don't know why I bought one at launch.
It's a Fisher Price toy.
Basically, I think I bought it.
You were a Nintendo boy back then, Pedro.
I was a massive Nintendo fanboy.
Let's not pretend you weren't.
And then the Wii U was like, oh,
yeah,
and we're out.
I remember us having many a discussion about me not liking Nintendo and you being like, "Nah, dude, it's fucking great. I love it."
I did but basically because where I was getting as a Nintendo fanboy, you were getting a lot of your good experiences on handheld. Like when I had my DS and 3DS. And even though the 3DS launched a little fucked up, but like, basically, I was like, oh, there's no Mario. I'm like, what do you mean there's no Mario? I have Mario 3D Land. Eat a dick. And it's one of these things where like I'm getting my Pokemon, getting Fire Emblem. Like it was almost like if you didn't have a DS, you weren't getting Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like if you bought their home console, they don't give a fuck about you. Here's some Mario Party. Here's some Smash. Go fuck yourself.
By the way, why'd they miss the golden opportunity to not put DS games on the Wii U?
You know what? Who knows?
Could put the bottom screen right here. Could have made the top screen.
Yeah, because the Wii U was a giant DS. But
Yep.
But also things that got them on the fraud watch list where games like Kid Icarus Uprising should have been a Wii U game, not a fucking. Because when it came out on 3DS, it came out with a fucking stand and all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
The 3DS with the not coming out with dual thumbsticks. What the fuck is that shit?
Yeah. Right.
Remember that fucking aberration you had to add on your fucking 3DS? Like what the fuck?
Yep. I remember that very well.
And then lastly, what gets you on the fraud watch list? They're online. What in the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Grow up.
So you mean to tell me I just need to download your little mobile app on my phone where I could just why not if I want to play Mario Kart with Seth, why don't I just call him?
Yeah.
Why do I need a fucking Discord thingy? I don't even know what the fuck that is.
And by the way, yeah, it already exists called Discord.
Yeah, like what the fuck? That's the kind of shit that gets you on the fraud watch list. that's the kind of shit. We're like
just doing dumb shit, run by chimps.
Yeah, we're fucking watching you. And lastly, we have Sony. Seth, take us home. Why is Sony on the fraud watch list?
You know, I think Sony is the least of our worries here on the fraud watch list because they're doing all right. They haven't fucked us in a while, but you know, for 13 years we've wanted our names changed. And they're just finally getting around to it.
It's being beta tested.
Their infrastructure is shit. The PlayStation Network never works right. I mean, but they put out great games. That's the thing. You can always like have a good game like Spider-Man,
like God of War,
like God of War up here, or not up here, but wherever. You can have fun playing games on your console, and that's the most important thing. Mm-hmm. But Pedro, we need to put number 4 on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who is fourth on the fraud watch list?
EA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
EA's on the fraud watch list for buying studios, giving them horrible management, and then killing them.
Yeah.
Because BioWare, chopping block.
Are you serious?
BioWare is for sure on the chopping block, dude.
I hope somebody would come in and buy BioWare from EA. Like,
EA doesn't sell them; they just kill them. They shut them down. Dragon Age Inquisition did not do well, and neither did Mass Effect Andromeda.
well, okay, they fucked up Mass Effect.
They did.
As much as I enjoy Mass Effect Andromeda, like you can clearly see where they fucked some stuff up.
And that was EA's choice, but EA doesn't care. EA doesn't care. They're a big corporation. They got to make the bottom line, and they see the BioWare is not making games that are making a ton of money. Chop and block.
Yeah, because
the cleaver's right above their head, man.
They killed Visceral, didn't they?
Yeah, they killed Visceral. Dude, you can see a graph of all the studios that EA has killed, and it's like 30 studios long. They just notoriously buy studios
and just kill them.
And kill them. Yes.
Because do they still own Black Box or are they dead?
I don't know.
Famous for Need for Speed games.
Let me just.
Speaking of which, where the fuck is my Need for Speed Underground remastered?
How about that?
I got Burnout. Didn't want that.
Studios EA has killed.
Studios EA has killed.
A compliment list. Here's a whole image gallery of them. All right. Maxis.
Okay, don't care.
Mythic Entertainment.
Don't care. What Mythic put out?
MMORPG Dirk, Age of Camelot.
Who cares?
Bullfrog Productions.
No idea who the fuck they are.
Dungeon Keeper and Syndicate. They were shut down in 2001.
Nope.
So this goes back a ways.
Okay.
Origin Systems.
Nope.
Westwood Studios.
Never heard of them.
Command and Conquer.
Oh.
Yep.
Don't Sega owns them now, right?
I don't know.
Dice?
DreamWorks Interactive.
Oh.
Yep. It was owned by them. Mnemonic.
Nope, never heard of them.
Black Box Games. They shut them down.
Okay, so we have Black Box, Pandemic. Okay.
Yeah. Pandemic. Playfish. They did The Sims.
Yeah.
No, and
EA Big.
Nuffs and New FX.
Yeah, they're the ones who did the AI Big games, the EA Big.
Yeah.
EA Big.
So it's 11 studios they've notoriously bought and shut down.
And
also
adding Visceral there.
The Titanfall studio. Didn't they shut them down?
Did they shut down Respawn? No, because Respawn's I thought doing is Respawn doing Star Wars? Who's doing Star Wars?
I want to say they did shut them down.
Because with them shutting down Visceral, and if they shut down BioWare, EA gets put probably number 1 on the fraud watch list. We bump Square Enix down to 2.
No, okay. So no, Respawn wasn't shut down. It was acquired on December 1st, 2017. So they could be in trouble.
Yeah, and it's one of these things where I don't know. EA for me is definitely on the fucking fraud watch list, and with Sony, I agree. Our infrastructure sucks. We pay for PSN now. Mm-hmm. So when you charge me the $20 or the $60 a year, I expect quality.
Yeah. I
expect bang for my buck. I expect shit to work.
I hate that sometimes I click on the PlayStation Store and
it's broken.
It doesn't load. It just decides not to load. And then I have to reset my console because you can't even back out of it.
But then Sony does things where we're going to put the Vita out and that's it.
Yep.
We're not going to support it. Nope. Even though we damn well know people buy these fucking things.
Yep.
Nope. And now we're going to just kill it.
All we needed was an Infamous game on Vita, and it came back to life.
Right, because you sold 80 million PSPs.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen on accident.
Nope.
Nintendo just so happened to sell 150 of them damn DSs. Okay. Yeah. 80 million is nothing to scoff at.
Nope.
So and then
the thing was that Nintendo dropped the price of the 3DS to $170 the week before the Vita came out. So they tried to put the nail in the coffin of Vita immediately, but the fans held on. There's a dying, living community of Vita fans. Not so much anymore, but 2-3 years ago, man, that community was the fire of the games industry. They were just
and they now begrudgingly have to buy Switches.
Yeah, basically. You were getting all these fire RPGs on the Vita and whatnot, and Sony was just turn a blind eye. It's like the unwanted stepchild. Just
because I remember I was getting Danganronpa, I got East Memories to Sell set up, Persona 4 Gold, and all these fucking great games. Freedom Wars and all. Yep. And they're no, eat a fucking fat dick. Eat a fat fucking dick.
Yep.
And then they do weird shit. They put out the fucking PlayStation TV, that fucking thing.
I was excited for that. I have one. I loved that.
I have one sealed.
Fun fact, that's how I beat Danganronpa 1.
on the PS TV. Mm-hmm. And then with VR, what the fuck? I don't understand VR.
I think that PlayStation VR could have been cool if it was just on the PS5.
Basically, it's too complicated to hook up.
Yeah, it's a pain in the
I don't want one. It's an eyesore in the living room.
pain in my dick. Don't make me have all these cords. Make it wireless.
Right. So it's just
It's about to be
so it's
2019. Like, just get it done.
and I have a strong feeling this next generation for Sony is going to be a turd. PS5 is going to struggle a little bit.
Like Colin says, cross-generational, success is very rare in the games industry.
And because they do weird shit. Crossplay, nope. Mm-mm.
Yep.
Nope. Nope. And it's just like, okay, I don't get you, Sony.
Sony is has done the most offenses, I think, but they're minuscule things. They just add up.
Yeah, and you're just like, what the fuck?
You just expect breakage from Sony. You know.
So we're gonna keep a close eye on the fraud watch list, because when you're on the fraud watch list, you will eventually do something that'll get you upgraded to a fraud.
Yeah.
And much like when me and Seth go to places to establishments to eat, and you fuck us, you go on a 1-year suspension.
Looking at you, Sticky Elbow.
We're looking at you, Sticky Elbow. So stay tuned for that. Seth, this has been a good show.
Yeah, it has. I agree.
An outstanding show.
I agree.
So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Alpha Nerds. I lost track of what episode we're at. I'm not even sure if we're past 10 Alpha Nerds.
I don't know.
So, who knows? I don't. And with that being said, you have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace.